Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Arne Slot makes mind up over January deal for defender. Liverpool are currently considering a January transfer move for a defender. A lot of recruitment took place last summer to replenish the squad. However, the updates since then have meant that the club might need to re-evaluate their plans in order to fix some remaining issues. One potential signing could be a new centre-back, since Giovanni Leone is confirmed to be out for most, if not all, of the season with an ACL tear, so we're currently down to 3 central defenders. Marc Guéhi is earmarked for a free transfer when the summer comes back around, but surviving until then with a lack of defensive depth feels risky. Liverpool are looking to compete on all fronts in this campaign, and without getting someone in, you feel as though it's going to be an uphill battle. However, there are other defensive moves going the other way, which need to be considered, since the Reds have players of their own who are currently set to leave without securing a transfer fee. Robertson will see the campaign through. According to Football Insider, a January move for Andy Robertson is not on the cards, meaning he is expected to see out the remainder of the campaign before either leaving as a free agent or signing a new deal to commit him to the club for an extra year or two. Put simply, he's not going anywhere yet. Pete O'Rourke spoke on the Inside Track podcast and said, "I think probably later in the season, things will become more clear on what's going to happen with Andy Robertson's future. There's no chance of him moving in January. Liverpool won't allow that to happen. They won't think they'll then not need Andy Robertson's around. They're pretty short of options at the back anyway. Look, Andy Robertson might even have to fit in at centre-back on occasion this season, with Liverpool's injury concerns in that area of the team. Although he's maybe not a guaranteed starter these days, he still has a role to play for Arne Slot's team. His experience will be invaluable for Liverpool between now and the end of the season, and he is vice-captain there as well, so that shows how much Arne Slot rates him as well. In spite of having been replaced at left-back by new signing Milos Kerkez this season, Robertson has been called upon at times by Slot, as the Hungarian has struggled to perform to the levels he showed for Bournemouth last season, playing in a different role and still adapting to his new teammates. The Scots' experience and composure has been key in games where the intensity is overwhelming. After all, Kerkez is still only 21 years old, so can't expect him to be flawless every game. Maturity is something you can only develop over time, and so having someone like the Reds stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool and Premier League transfer. Our second news is, my agent, Nico Schlotterbeck breaks silence on future plans amid Liverpool transfer interest. Liverpool are among the clubs linked with Borussia Dortmund defender Nico Schlotterbeck. Nico Schlotterbeck has insisted he feels no pressure to make a decision over his future amid Liverpool transfer links. The centre-back sees his Borussia Dortmund contract expire in 2027 and has yet to agree fresh terms. Schlotterbeck is a key player for Die Schwarzgelben, and there is a chance they could look to cash in next summer rather than risk losing him for free when his current deal concludes. Meanwhile, Ibrahima Konate's Anfield contract ends in the summer and he has been heavily linked with a free transfer to Real Madrid. Schlotterbeck was asked about his future after Dortmund's 2-1 loss to Bayern Munich in Der Klassiker. The 25-year-old revealed that he's in talks with his agent of his next move but is in no rush. Via Bullenews, Schlotterbeck said, "I have a contract at Dortmund for more than 1.5 years. My agent and I are going to discuss my future, but we're under no pressure. I feel very good at Dortmund, and Nico has already shown a path here that is fun and exciting for the future. My next contract is very important for my career, so I really want to make the right decision. My agent won't talk publicly about it, we'll see what happens." Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool and Premier League transfer news, updates, and expert reactions. Our third news is Liverpool target Argentine Wonderkid as claims Slot could been nowhere near good enough. Summer signing rise. Liverpool are reportedly considering a surprise move to sign a Boca Juniors sensation currently starring at the Under-20s World Cup, amid more damaging claims that Arne Slot is increasingly concerned by the qualities of summer signing Jeremy Frimpong, and amid fresh claims from a pundit that the Dutchman should be nowhere near the starting 11 right now. The Reds spent huge sums this summer improving their Premier League title-winning squad, with some £440 million, €505 million, $600 million, splashed out on some high-profile upgrades for manager Arne Slot. While the Dutch boss brought in many of these players after a year assessing the qualities of the Liverpool squad he inherited from Jurgen Klopp, one of those signings, at right-back, was ultimately forced upon him. And with Trent Alexander-Arnold leaving a giant hole in the squad following his free transfer move to Real Madrid, Liverpool moved swiftly and decisively to trigger the €35 million, £29.5 million, $40 million, release clause in the Dutchman's Bayer Leverkusen contract. However, just 3 Premier League games, and 7 appearances in total, into Frimpong's Liverpool career, and some serious questions are starting to be raised about the Netherlands international's qualities and suitability for Slot's side. And after the Reds boss used the player in a right-sided attacking role against Galatasaray in the Champions League, together with the fact that Connor Bradley has started their last 2 Premier League games, serious speculation is beginning to mount that Frimpong's Anfield career could already be in some jeopardy. Now confirmation from a transfer journalist that the Reds are becoming increasingly attracted by the performances of Argentina right-back Dylan Tomás Gorosito at the Under-20s World Cup in Chile and could launch a move for his services in January has seen those suggestions rise even further. Liverpool add Boca star to list of targets as Frimpong concerns are aired. Speaking to Rousing the Cop, transfer journalist Graham Bailey insists the Boca Juniors teenager is a player who has seriously impressed their scouts. He's a player who is standing out massively, he's had a brilliant tournament, Bailey said. There's a whole host of teams looking at him, Liverpool being one of them. He's one who wasn't especially on a lot of teams' radars pre-tournament because he hadn't played a lot of football for Boca Juniors, but he's really stood out. Liverpool are one of the teams who quite like what they've seen, but we're talking more of a future project. Teams watching and being impressed by someone doesn't mean they're going to sign him. It's one to put on the system and keep tracking. Bailey's claims come after former Red star Don Hutchison suggested Frimpong should be nowhere near the Reds' first team based on what he has seen so far from the player. Our fourth news is Real Madrid don't think signing Arsenal ace is worth it, Liverpool star-eyed instead. Real Madrid have turned their nose up at the prospect of signing one of Arsenal's best players, and instead believe moving for a Liverpool man would represent far better value, according to a source. Real Madrid signed 3 new defenders over the summer, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Dean Huijsen and Alvaro Carreras. 2 of that trio came directly from Premier League sides, while Carreras was on Manchester United's books between 2020 to 24. Clearly, Real Madrid have a penchant for rating English sides at present, especially with regards to their defensive line, and earlier in 2025, rumors circulated by several outlets and sources in the media suggested Arsenal's William Saliba was their dream target at centre-back. Fabrizio Romano was amongst them, insisting Real Madrid views Saliba as the Jude Bellingham of defenders. Real Madrid's chances of signing Saliba have plummeted on the back of the Frenchman recently penning a new contract in North London. But according to European football expert, Andy Brazel, Real Madrid were never that interested in landing Saliba anyway. Speaking to TalkSport, Brazel was asked whether he surprised Saliba extended his stay amid the potential chance to join Real Madrid. It's not a massive surprise. 1, because he's been doing great at Arsenal, began Brazel. 2, because it always kind of felt that the interest, to what extent it was firm interest, I'm not quite sure that I sense that Saliba's agents were thickening it up a bit to accelerate negotiations with Arsenal. But more recently, the reason that Saliba to Real Madrid hasn't seemed like a goer is because of the freebies that are on the market going forward. Real Madrid do intend to sign 1 and potentially even 2 new centre-backs in 2026. Antonio Rudiger and David Alaba, both out of contract next summer, are expected to depart and must be replaced. While Saliba is clearly a fine player and among the best centre-halves in the world right now, Brazel suggested Real Madrid don't believe he's so much better than others who can soon be signed for nothing. The source added, I think if you could take, say, even 2 of those 3, of Mark Guehi, Dayot Upamecano and Ibrahima Konate, why would you go out and engage in a really tough transfer battle with Arsenal? You just wouldn't do it, would you? I think you're getting better value for money elsewhere, and value for money actually really matters to Real Madrid in the modern world. As mentioned, Guehi, Konate and Upamecano are all out of contract at season's end. Liverpool will have a huge say in the futures of all three players, with the Reds determined to retain Konate and add Guehi. However, if Konate were to leave, potentially to Real Madrid, Liverpool would require 2 new centre-backs and could snap up both Guehi and Upamecano. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool and Premier League. Our last news is Liverpool, wowed by U20 World Cup star, eyeing future move. Liverpool have been impressed by Argentinian right-back Dylan Gorosito, who has been a standout performer at the Under-20s World Cup, according to Rousing the Cop. The tournament, being held in Chile, has given multiple young players a chance to showcase their abilities, with European clubs showing an interest in many who have featured at the tournament as a result of their displays. Liverpool's appreciation of Gorosito is one such case, with the club said to be wowed by him. The defender has played a crucial role in Argentina's run to the final of the Under-20s World Cup, in which they will play Morocco. At just 19 years of age, the ability Gorosito has showcased at the tournament has seen a lot of teams take notice of his name. As per Rousing the Cop, Gorosito's form in Chile has not only attracted Liverpool's interest, but the club will continue to track the youngster once the tournament ends. Though a transfer may not be in Liverpool's immediate plans, they will certainly keep an eye on the defender, who is currently on the books at Boca Juniors. On paper, Liverpool are well stocked at right-back. Academy product Connor Bradley and Jeremy Frimpong, a summer signing from Bayer Leverkusen, are both young, exciting players. Arne Slot, however, has rotated his right fullback so far this season, with Bradley, Frimpong and even Dominic Szoboszlai playing in the position so far for Liverpool, who lost 3 straight matches before the October international break. Bradley has already had troubles with injury issues in the 2025-26 campaign, whilst Frimpong has struggled to swiftly adapt to the Premier League. As a wingback in Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen team, the Dutchman had fewer defensive duties than he has now with Liverpool. Szoboszlai, meanwhile, is a natural midfielder. Though the brilliant Gorosito would not be a signing that could have a first-team impact straight away, signing the youngster would give the Reds even further assurances about their options in the position for the future. Whether a deal materializes remains to be seen, but Gorosito's form on international duty may make him a hard player to ignore. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.